Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am W2Best and I make videos about tech, travel and inspiration. And today we are gonna take a look at this guy. This is the Logitech K380 Bluetooth keyboard. I've been using this for about 1.5 years now as my main keyboard for traveling, so I have a really good idea of what are the good parts and what are the bad parts with this keyboard. I got this keyboard because it's small, it's lightweight, and it is possible to connect it to 3 different devices and then change between them. So I could use it with my phone, but also with my computer and just flick between the 2 devices, really simple. If you want to buy this keyboard or any of the other products that I mentioned in this video, you can have a look in the description below where there are links to where you can buy them. If you're new to this channel and you like this video after you have seen it, I would be super happy if you wanted to subscribe to the channel. That helps me out a lot to keep the motivation up to release weekly videos. Now let's have a closer look at Logitech K380. As you can see, it has round keys. This is quite different to most other keyboards that I have been using, but I felt that you got used to the round keys very easily and that was not a big problem. This is also the Scandinavian layout since I'm Swedish, so your country's layout might be slightly different up in this part. The only thing you have on the sides is the power switch on and off, and then this little LED indicator here on the side of the power switch. On the bottom of the keyboard you only have access to the batteries, and these are AAA batteries and you need 2 of them to run the keyboard. I have been using this keyboard for 1.5 years, and it was just recently, about a month ago, that I had to change the batteries for the first time. And it varies how much I have used it, so it's hard for me to say an average use time per week. Although some weeks I definitely used it probably 25 hours in a week, and then some weeks it's been more like 5 hours. Even so, I think having 1+ year of battery life in a Bluetooth unit is a really solid feat. The biggest plus with this keyboard compared to other ones is definitely that you can use it with 3 units at the same time. This is really easy to set up. You basically just hold down the key of the unit that you want to set up. When it's flashing like this, you just pair it as you normally pair a Bluetooth unit, and then you will have a shining light that just indicates that it is paired. When you have paired each unit, then switching between the different units is as easy as just pressing a button. So if you receive a text when you are typing on your laptop, all you have to do is flick a switch, and then you can reply to your text message with the same keyboard as you type onto your laptop. On the bottom you also have these rubber feet that do a good job in just stabilizing the keyboard and keeping it in place when you are typing on it. One of the things I really appreciate with mechanical keyboards is the click. So the click of a mechanical keyboard is so much more satisfying than the click of a more simple keyboard like this one. Here's a click test where I have the microphone placed very near the keyboard, and this is compared with the clicky sound of my Dell Inspiron 15 7000, so an internal laptop keyboard. When I've been typing a lot on my built-in keyboard in my laptop and then return to this one, I have a bit of a hard time with the bit of more activation force that is needed to actually activate one of the keys. So it's kind of stiffer than your typical laptop keyboard is, and even though the travel is not that big, it's actually required a bit of activation force to push each key down. This is hard to show in picture, and I think it's better if you have the opportunity to try the keyboard out and really feel what you feel when it comes to activation force and travel distance. As you can see here, it's a pretty short travel keyboard, so you shouldn't get this one and expect to find a high travel keyboard like a mechanical one. This is a lightweight keyboard, while at the same time not being flimsy, so it's got some heaviness to it, and the weight is approximately 400 grams. The build quality is really good, and I can bend it quite a bit like this without it flexing. Even though it's plastic, I feel like this is keeping a pretty good quality. However, to protect it from scratches, I'm always carrying the keyboard in this sleeve that I got from Roostand together with my stand. This sleeve is one of the few I have found that perfectly fits this keyboard and makes it really easy to take it with you regardless of what kind of bag you have. I really appreciate the looks of this keyboard, and more so because it goes so well together with my Logitech MX Master 2S. I think they're kind of the perfect kit together as a wireless mouse and keyboard combo. Before I had the Logitech K380, I used to work with the Apple wired keyboard. That one also had a numpad on the right hand side here, which meant that the keyboard was quite a bit wider, and if I put my mouse on the side of the keyboard, I would be quite far out with my hand. And with this keyboard, since it's so small and narrow, I was able to have my hands really near each other, which I feel is a much more comfortable and ergonomic way to work on my computer setup. So I went through a lot of positive things, but there must be some cons with the keyboard after using it for such a long time. Sometimes it goes into a pattern of entering 2 letters instead of 1. So if I pressed J once here, it would enter 2 into my phone or my computer. This is really annoying when it happens, but it's fortunately not happening that often, and I came up with a fix that is super simple. The problem usually occurs when I switch from one unit to the other, and just turning it off and turning it back on into the unit that you want to use fixes the problem right away. I made a lot of research before I bought this keyboard, and I can definitely say that this is the best wireless keyboard that is available on the market for me and my needs. However, personal preference is a big thing when it comes to typing and keyboards, so I would recommend trying out this keyboard and a few other ones to see what you prefer. That's all for this review of the Logitech K380 wireless keyboard. I have really enjoyed using this keyboard over the last 1.5 years, and I can truly recommend it. The only thing I dislike about it is the fact that it has this error that sometimes it falls into entering double letters instead of a single letter. But just by restarting it, you're able to remove that, and I've had it maybe once every other week or so, so it's not really been a big problem in the long term. If you have any questions about Logitech K380 and my experience of it, please post them in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I hope you're staying relatively safe wherever you are in the world, and I will see you in the next video. Have a nice day. Bye bye.